Leo, welcome to your reading. Adrian Nelson here. This is a general love reading for the 8th till the 14th of August, or whenever you see it is the right time for you to see it. Okay, so we're going to take a look at your recent past, take a look at your current energy, what's coming towards you, what's the overall energy, clarify that, look at some of the areas that you maybe want to pay attention to. That can be challenges, prospective challenges, and also what is the good news for you from the universe. Right, let's get started. Okay, starting out with the energy of Cancer over there, divine intervention, healing, lots of fives, lots of new beginnings. Fives, fives, and fives. Oopsie, let's pick that up. Definitely want to be there. Let's put you there. And overall energy for your reading is the Queen of Voices, which is the Queen of Swords. Okay, so maybe those thoughts of yours, Leo, is a little bit all over the place at the moment, you know. Maybe it's time to sort of, if you kind of think of your thoughts as ducks, it's time to kind of get the ducks in a row. So like, oh, hold up, you might be going a little bit all over the place. I also feel that for some of you, though, your thought patterns when it comes to love, because we're focusing on love in this reading, your thought patterns are becoming sort of more conducive to the flow of love, to the beautiful, harmonious flow of love. And I feel that for many of you, there might be some almost like dark thoughts within your head or in your mind. You know, maybe you didn't have very good experiences with love. Whatever it is, whatever those dark sides of things are, those dark sides of life, those dark patterns of love, I feel that you are, it's almost like you're seeing the futility of it. And you're like, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to feel that way anymore. I'm not going to allow myself to have that sort of experience anymore. Okay, now I just want to show you the rest of your cards before we continue. So in the recent past, we had the Chariot card, that is that Cancer energy, the Five of Voices, which is the Five of Swords, and the Ace of Inspiration over there for you. Okay, quite beautiful stuff. Maybe getting to see things in a different way that you haven't actually seen them before, getting some insight and some clarity that you maybe haven't had before. Then we've got the Five of Materials, we've got the Page of Inspiration, and we've got the Five of Inspiration. So this is a lot of that inspiration sort of feeling, inspiration sort of energy. You know, there is that other person energy, that cups energy, that emotional energy, that feeling sort of energy. Okay, changes that are coming about and changes taking place. You've got the Two of Voices, the Emperor, and the Nine of Inspiration over there. This is really, when I look at this, it's like you may have met someone, you walked this path together, you may have, faced many light times together, many dark times together, but then there's a sense of separation that came in, you know, maybe somebody cheated or somebody, it's almost like somebody in this situation just changed, you know, kind of almost went cold. And there was a realization here that, you know, almost in a sense that you have to honor yourself, that you have to maybe be open to the idea of moving on. It's almost like a person that you might have been with, Leo, that person might have seen your light, like your true essence of light, and that light might have actually scared them a little bit. Where, say, maybe for some of you, your focus could have been, you know, becoming that greater version of yourself, that beautiful version of yourself, doing that inner work, maybe finding that new horizons, ways of sort of leveling up, you know, yourself. And I feel that the person that you dealt with, it's almost like their fear and their pattern started to kick in, where they may have actually felt that you are busy moving away from them, where it might have actually not been a consideration within your mind until it, you know, they sort of portrayed that consideration from within their mind. It could also be you, but I feel in this equation that it's the other person actually. And where you are, it's almost like there's a sense of like things can be better, you know, like room for improvement type of things, you know. Things can be so much better, things can be so much different. some of you are, this is almost like in like sort of basically having one foot out of the door, so even if you're with someone, or maybe the person that you are dealing with, the connection that you're having, I feel that for some of you it's sort of like one foot out of the door. And maybe you're dealing with someone like a Virgo, for example, there is and even that Cancer energy that came there in the beginning, those energies that are a little bit challenging to just pin down. And even this next card, this page of inspiration, makes me think that you might be dealing with a Virgo as well, not a Virgo, a Gemini. It's that elusive energy, where if it's maybe, doesn't have to be these signs, maybe they just have that in the chart, but if you're sort of dealing with a Virgo or like a Cancer, it's that elusiveness, and maybe if it's like more sort of like a Gemini or even an Aquarius, it could also have that sense of feeling almost like elusive, but it's almost like, this is almost like running and never actually catching up to someone. And so where you are at the moment, it's almost like, now here's the thing, I feel for those of you that are having challenges maybe with your significant other, what I would like to encourage you to open yourself to is the idea that maybe, just maybe, you are still holding on to the past. Maybe you're still friends with your ex, still keeping stuff around maybe that they gave you or stuff like that. There's some sort of conflict caused sort of by the past, conflict caused by the ex, maybe being sort of accused that you haven't moved on. And you really want to ask yourself, have you actually moved on? It's always easy to blame the other person, but have you actually moved on? Have you really moved on? Have you really released? I see you. Now, I see for many of you, I see a cycle ending, maybe with one person learning the lesson over there. What they sometimes call like a false one, which is just really a lesson. And maybe kind of actually going forward to meet the person that's the one for you. So for many of you, this could be a period of endings, but obviously every ending is also a space going towards a new beginning. And so there might be a space here of making a new connection in the very near future, having done all the healing, and really it's almost like for some of you, you had to tone yourself maybe down a little bit who you are, you had to be slightly less you, because when you were a bit you, it was a bit to you, that sort of thing. And I feel going forward, you're actually going to a space with this new connection where you can really be your own, if you want to be expressive and flamboyant and all those type of things, if you want to be very Leo, then you actually get to actually do that. All right. Also for some of you, and this is based on your overall energy here with the Queen of Voices, the Queen of Swords, I feel that for some of you, you might be dealing sort of with two people or two possibilities here, even if it's just in energy, that you realize that, but this is not what's best for me, something else is best for me. And it could be that you might be looking at another person, or you could also be looking at a beautiful connection that somebody else has, not trying to impose on that connection, but being very inspired by that connection. Okay, let's clarify that that Queen of Voices, that Queen of Swords. Yep. You got the Four of Wands, you got the High Priestess, and you got the Ace of Cups. This is a space of commitment. This is a space of high level commitment. There might be a birth there for some of you, new baby coming about, commitment, two hearts, beating as one. There's that beautiful soul flame twin mate, twin flame connection here. Some of you might have very recently gotten married, and I just feel that things are going in a very good direction here for you. Things are heading in a very positive direction here for you. Let's look at that Five of Voices, that Five of Swords there in the recent past. What happened there? Okay. So the Eight of Swords, and underneath the Eight of Swords was the Lovers, actually the Gemini energy again, and the Eight of Wands. So I feel that for some of you, you were in a toxic situation, in a toxic space where you may have thought that you were dealing with your you know, with your perfect mate, with your perfect soulmate, with your perfect twin flame, with your, you know, with that beautiful divine other space. And meanwhile, you might have realized that in actual fact that you weren't. And I also actually feel that it actually brings peace within you, because there might have been that you have been ignoring your intuition and your gut for a while, and now you realize that, oh, but it seems like you were right. Okay. Let's look at this Five of Materials, this Five of Pentacles in your current space. You got the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. Okay, so some of you might find this very hard to believe and to accept within your mind right now. But the sense of lack and limitation that you might be feeling right now, even having difficulty maybe speaking up for yourself, standing up for yourself, it almost feels like, for some of you, it almost feels like you wouldn't even bother to fight with this person, because it's not going to render any positive result. It'll just sort of like end up being your fault. And realizing that it's time to move on. You know, realizing it's time to move on. Let's look at your own patterns. Let's look at your own energy, and just moving on, really. Now, I want to look at that Five of Inspiration, that Five of Cups there in your current energy also, just to see what that is about. Ace of Swords again, Three of Wands, and the Moon for your current energy, clarifying over there. I see some of you fighting for the connection now, you know, owning up to the fact that, you know what, baby, I'm sorry, you were actually right. Or even if you weren't with somebody in a connection, maybe you were trying to get somebody to enter into a connection with you, and you couldn't get that person so fast to do it. And they may have told you very outright, why did I want to be with you? Because you're still hung up on your ex. And you kind of realizing that they may be right where you are right now. And I also see you looking at the emotions there. You know, could also maybe be dealing with a Pisces, or maybe just have very strong Pisces in your chart, you know, maybe like in your emotions or your communication, for example. And that in itself, Leo, can also be very challenging for you sometimes. Let's look at the Two of Swords in the energy that's coming towards you. So for the Two of Swords, you've got the Two of Cups. So right away, boom, you know, remember I spoke about that new connection, that new space. So this is a space of actually meeting the one. 10 of Pentacles and 2 of Pentacles. This is a space of actually meeting the one. This is a space of connecting to the one, making that powerful connection. There is your true twin flame, you know. Almost like that mirror reflection of what it is that your heart desires. And I see beautiful change taking place there. You're going on a whole new path, but it's a beautiful path. It's a beautiful, beautiful new path. Let's look at the Emperor for you. You've got the Knight of Wands, the Emperor again. So the Emperor is clarifying the Emperor, definite space of power, and the Knight of Pentacles. This is a space of giving your heart, giving your soul, giving your strength. This is a person that you're willing to spend the rest of your life with. And I see it being a beautiful, beautiful connection with really amazing promise. Okay, now let's look at what are some of the challenges that you might be facing within the situation, or, you know, things in your blind spot that you might not be aware of that could prospectively cause problems or delays, you know, in this connection moving forward, or meeting the person, stunting the growth. Okay, they came right out. Ooh, let's put those over there. So you have got the 10 of Pentacles with the 9 of Cups underneath. So many of you know exactly what it is that you want to have, but you are scared to hope. Well, the good news there with the 3 of Swords for you is to let you know that you have healed. You've healed. You've done what you needed to do. You are ready for this new twin flame connection that is coming your way. Fantastic. Let's see what is some of the good news that the universe would like to share with you, Leo. 10 of Pentacles again. This is prosperity all the way. In this connection, this is a prosperous twin flame new beginning. It's really, really beautiful for you. And I would, if I were you, open my heart, mind, and soul to it, and I'd really claim it for myself, because it's beautiful. Okay. So that's what I got for you, Leo. I hope that helps. I would really appreciate you liking the video, commenting, sharing, subscribing. Remember to hit the notification bell. If you want to have a personal reading, please send me an email. My address is in the description. I want to let you know that for probably about the next 2 weeks, I've got more freedom in time. After that, my time is very constricted. So if you obviously want to have a reading with me, you want to have regression hypnosis with me, do send me a message as soon as possible to make sure that I can fit you in a slot. And if you'd like to learn to read the tarot for yourself, there's also a link down below in the description for my tarot course. Till next time, namaste, love and light. See you all around.